Hi everyone, this is Maria and you are watching the Green Stitcher channel. I'm also on Instagram, and behind the camera you can hear my cat Valera just bobbing about some Christmas bubbles off the Christmas tree. I wanted to join you today for a quick impromptu middle of December Stitchy update, as I won't be filming a full December update because I decided I'll be doing just the FFO parade, then the whip parade in January, and so there were a couple of things I wanted to show you separately and also talk about my plans for the rest of December, especially my time off at the end of the month, where I'm hoping to FFO a few things, and also my impressions of the first ever for me Jingle Ball I attended. I think it was last weekend now. So I thought I'd fit it into this kind of video, quite impromptu, so I didn't get, all dressed up and ready and stuff. So I thought top down, maybe where I can show you a few more details of the stitching itself. You might enjoy that. I'm going to try to keep it short and sweet. I know a lot of other stitchers are doing, Flossmas or more or less other kind of regular updates this month, once in 3, 5 days, 7 days. So I won't keep you too long, and I wanted to kick this off with, I had 2 finishes already. So today is the 15th of December, Sunday. It's quite cloudy. We're at my stitchy desk. I've got my stitchy light on, so hopefully you'll be able to see things properly. So if you've seen my November update, I've put a few things on my plate for this month to finish and also pick up in terms of older whips, which I'll show you as well in a few minutes. But I was hoping to do 3 finishes, 2 of which are now completed, yay! And I only need to stitch the biggest one left that doesn't have much progress yet at all. But let's start with these 2. So as you might already see, I was stitching the Gnome with Tree by Mel Hill, which is the last gnome in this series for me. I've done all other 4 and this was the last one. I kept on saying in all the videos that I started the series in 2024. It would be great to finish it same year, not drag it into next year. I had another look. I did not start it this year, and it spanned 2 years, unfortunately, though they're quite small designs. The last gnome is the one with the tree. It looks a bit funny to me, the tree, and you'll see I've made a tiny alteration to make it look a bit better in my opinion. And here is my finish. As you can see, I love perforated paper, so I've stitched everything on perforated paper, 3/1 with the DMC from the kit, and beaded with the DMC as well. So the only change, as you can see, I've made is I've added this. I had some Rainbow Gallery gold that's similar to the gold in the beads and the yellow in his cap. So I've added a bit of that to give more of like a Christmas tree look, because it felt to me like it looked like something else. But yeah, I'm super excited. The heads of these gnomes are particularly lovely and intricate, and you might not be able to see it from this close, but if you have a look at the Jim Shore figurines that these are based on, you'll be able to see their lovely carvings in their hats, and that's what Mel Hill were trying to sort of replicate here, and I feel like they've done a really good job. So I haven't FFO'd it yet, as you can see, haven't had a chance. I'm hoping to do it by the end of the month and show it to you in my 2024 finish parade. And then the second finish I've had is my second and last out of my stash for now, Jeanette Douglas design. It's the Acorn Shaker box. I stitched a pumpkin one as a companion piece a couple of years ago, and now I decided to do the acorn. I have kitted everything up except the fabric that I hand dyed myself, and so here is my finish, freshly pressed, and I'm hoping you'll be able to see the lovely variegation in Gloriana that's in the border. Gloriana was stitched 1/2, And this is 32 count Belfast linen over-dyed with a taupe red dye. And then the rest of the colors are all over-dyed cottons 2/2. Some of which I had in stash, some of which I had to buy. But yeah, I'm quite happy. I've got 2 finishes already. It's just the middle of the month, and it's the busier part of the month, I would say. So that's already great progress. Let me clear these and show you something else. So again, if you've seen my November update video, you know that one of my plans for December was also to pick up 4 projects started before this year that I haven't touched this year at all and give them some love. I was saying in that video 1,000 stitches each. I have since planned some things looking into 2025 and how I could, maximize my stitching and finish a few things next year as well. And some of them got a bit less. But then this one was the first I picked up in December. It is a Dimensions kit called Purity, Strength, Truth. And I absolutely love this design. I've been meaning to stitch it for a while now. I started it in 2023 for my husband's birthday. And I am stitching it with all the called for colors of the flosses, but I've changed the fabric. I'll show you to which one. Lives in my bag that I've made with this lovely fabric with books. And you haven't seen it on this channel probably at all, maybe in the summer whip parade, but here is where it is today. So I've added 1,000 stitches and got from, I believe, 33% to 41. So all of the green on the left was done, all of the half stitches at the bottom were done as well. The base of the statue was done, and I was filling in a lot of it in this right bottom corner, and I think I'm almost done with this bit. There are some gorgeous flowers here, and forgive me the dangling floss. It's the 3-strand backstitch that I don't want to pause. As always with dimensions, there are different amount of strands that you need to stitch with. There is half crosses with a few different strands. Some of the crosses use 2/2, some use 1/2, like this caramel kind of color. And so I'm stitching this on a 28 count Quaker cloth in color mocha or light mocha, something like that. And I am loving stitching it on 28 count. I don't know if I still have the original. I do. I'm just going to have a look. I have the original Ada, and I feel like it's almost... Mine is slightly more coffee shaded. This one is a bit more like tea with the pinkish undertone, but I feel like it's a really good match. And I'm not big on stitching on Ada. I do prefer linen and sometimes even weave. So in this case, I think this is, correct me if I'm wrong, but Quaker cloth I think is a mix of linen and cotton, and I love working on it. You can see some creasing from my scroll frame. It has had its time this month, and I'm putting it away for now. You will see it again very, very soon when I'm talking about my plans for next year. Another project that I picked up and added some progress is one of my oldest whips that I have, and is a lovely, lovely anchor kit. And let me show you what I've done. So it's the English sampler by Anchor. Like I said, it's a kit. And last time I worked on it, and again, you might have seen it only in the summer whip parade, the whole bottom border was done, including the 2 red roses on each side. I've started on some of the shoreline, and I had the side near Plymouth here, and then maybe it said Exeter. Probably that was it. And so what I've done in December already, and I've only put 500 stitches in it, and I'm not going to any more due to my time constraints and, like I said, plans for other projects. I have gone on stitching on the shoreline. I've added Stonehenge, Isle of Wight, Salisbury, Portsmouth, Brighton, and all of the backstitch, like I said, both in the names and in the shoreline, and stitched Stonehenge completely. So this is one of my rare, probably one of the only left projects on Ada. This is 18 count oatmeal Ada. It's quite nice and stiff, so I do like working on it quite a lot. This is the only project that I'm stitching off a paper pattern because it's a massive A3 sheet with mismatched grid on it, so there is no way for me to scan it and make myself a digital copy for Saga. But I love working on it very much, and I started it last year on my 5th anniversary of moving to the UK, and I am hoping to make more progress on it. But it was lovely to stitch on it this month. And then the last out of the four, I've worked on 3 out of 4 older whips this month, and the next one was, and I've lost the cover, so I've got the photo here. It is, I'll insert the picture here as well because you can't see it behind the threads. It is the Poppy Field, or I think it might be called something slightly different, by Encore. Again, it's a kit. I've got extra flosses everywhere, and this is one that I started in 2022, and currently this is my oldest whip. Again, you might have seen it in summer when I was showing all of my whips, and the linen is quite translucent, and here's where I am with it today. So I started it for my mom on her birthday, and I'm stitching it for my mom, and once I've finished it, I'll offer it and gift it to her. Like I said, it's my oldest whip. It's also quite large. It's, when I finish it, because I'm planning to finish it before I do Siri, it will be the biggest one I've stitched with almost 50,000 stitches. I only did 1,000 on it this month, and I'm saying only because, like I said, the original plan was to do 1,000 on each of these, but then I looked at my plans for next year overall and decided I'll do 2,000 on this instead. So we are at 46% now. I was at 43 at the beginning of the year, and the bottom quarter is completely done, and I was working on this top quarter here, doing a lot of the green, of this dark lovely emerald green, and also this grassy green, stitching some of the tree trunks. I don't think I've done any half stitches this time. As you might notice, there's a lot of fractionals here, which I don't mind at all. I'm used to it, but it's a gorgeous, beautiful design. And my mum obviously chose it for a good reason. And I'm stitching it on 32 count Witchet linen in cream, I think, or ivory. It's very light, and it's nice and stiff again, as I like it. And so it's a pleasure to work on it in that sense, but I'm not big into landscapes and that kind of stuff anymore, especially with full coverage. So I'm finding it slightly harder to pick up than some of my other projects like Siri or, you know, the Buddha statue or some others. But I'm hoping, like I said, again, to do another 1,000 on it till the end of December. And then you'll see it again, like I said, in the plans for next year. Yeah, the only current whip from 2024 that I worked on in December is my lovely, gorgeous, stunning Siri, designed by Hannah Alexander and charted by Make It Pink. I was going to pick her up anyways, and then on, I think it was December 12th, when they had the game awards show, and then I saw the news and the trailers and things on the morning of the 13th, that CD Projekt Red have confirmed and released the trailer for the Witcher 4 game, which is going to feature, not only feature Ciri, but actually going to make her the main character of the game. This one is actually, let me see if I can fit in here. This one is still on its stand on the scroll frame because I am actively working on her at the moment. I think we'll fit. But I have already put 1500 stitches in here since you saw it last, and I'm not stopping, and I'm going to reach 2000 on it probably in the next couple of days. So what you haven't seen, what is new since the end of December, is I've added more of the background, started on the other side of her skirt, these decorations and fabric pieces. I've done 2 roses, one of these big ones and a bud. I've done more of this same sort of piece of clothing that she has dangling off her skirt on this side. I've added backstitch on the flowers here and here. What else have I done? Probably added more of the same clothing here. So I'm trying to kind of level it out. You might have seen left corner last time had more progress, and this was all sort of here. So I've added more progress on the right side, and I'm trying to go up. Oh, and I've also done the coaching on the sides here to signify the edges of the frame. So most of the backstitching I'm doing as backstitch, but then these really long straight lines I do coaching. And if you might remember, if you've watched my earlier videos on her, she is my mania start of this year, and I made a separate video about her and how I've changed the 3-strand backstitch on her for sort of thicker Gutermann flosses, and that's what I'm using. And I'm using 1 strand of size 4 Kreinik with her as well, not 2 strands when I'm doing crosses. The rest of it is completely called for, and mine is on, it's probably a bit grayer on camera now than, let me see if I can, yeah. 32 count Witcher linen that was sandstone, and I overdyed it with taupe red dye, and you'll hear about it a lot because I do love that color, and it gives this lovely sort of parchmenty mottling to it. Absolutely love this piece. Can't stop working on her. So what I was trying to say about the new trailer is on the 13th after work, I've decided to pick her up, and that's what I've been stitching on over the weekend. And so as you can see, that's quite a lot of progress for a few days, but I did have the absolute best time with her, and I love stitching her. And I was just saying to my husband, I feel like there's a perfect combination of big color block stitching and fractional stitches. So I have the space to sort of ramp up the amount of stitches I've done and feel like I've done a lot of progress, but then it's not as, you know, boring as block stitching might be sometimes because of all the fractionals. You might see I'm still sort of trying to do this line, and the needle is dangling together with the half stitches I've done here. So really happy with it. Like I said, I'll show you again my progress in the whip parade at the beginning of next year, and talk to you about her in my 2025 plans. As for the rest of December, my plan is, and again, like I said, it changed slightly after I've recalculated how much I have left on a few things and had a look at when I could possibly finish them and looked at my next year plans. I have shown her already. I'm planning to finish the Winter Owl. Haven't made much progress on her yet at all, but like I said, with a bit more time off next week, I'm hoping to start working on that. My last older whip that I was hoping to work on, at least for a bit, that I haven't stitched on this year at all, is the the Tulip Field, sorry, by Alisa. And so I'm planning to work on them for a day or two, again, later in the month. And then I think this was a new-ish added plan is the 12 Days of Christmas by Stony Creek, where I'm hoping to stitch one more day or almost all of it. I think my next day is number 9, Ladies Dancing. However, it's one of the biggest blocks with a lot of fill-in color, and I'm not 100% sure I'll have the time to finish that, but I hope I will. What else? Finish the other 1,000 on the poppy field and finish 500 on the Siri design. So that's quite all right, to be honest with you. I was a bit nervous that I'm getting closer to the end of the month and I haven't done even half of the things I'd planned, but actually, in touch wood, I'm still well on the way to fulfill these plans. Besides stitching, I've just pulled a few of my Christmas finishes of this year and some previous years. I am hoping to have a few FFOs to show you at the end of the month, again in the finish parade. So you have already seen my shepherd's bush stockings, and they are stiff because I've already done the iron-on interfacing. So I apologize for any sort of edges of that sticking out. So mine and one for my husband, those need to be sewn and FFO'd into stockings. I've also decided to FFO the series from Dimensions with these 4 lovely square designs. So I've got the French horn. This is the finish of this year, the violin ornament, the mistletoe one as well. This is from a few years ago. And then again, if you've seen my previous video, you know this was a gift from a stitchy friend, Masha, and this is the bells. So I've got the whole series finished and I want to FFO them. And then probably not shown you this before because it was a 2023 finish, I believe. I finished this beautiful Brooks Books design. I have mentioned previously, I'm not a religious person, but I am obsessed with the theme of the 3 kings, and I have quite a few designs I've stitched with them, and my husband jokingly, of course, forbade me from stitching anymore. But this is the 2023 finish, and I've put all of the three, what are they called? You know, this is a turban for one of the kings. They have so much cryonic, more than DMC colors. This is one of the crowns. And this is another crown. So there's a lot of cryonic in them. Very beautiful colors. I stitched it on a 32 count. No, sorry, that was a 28 count dark blue Maran by Zweigart, I believe. And the only thing that's missing from all of them is they call for memory threads by DMC, which I don't have. And I was originally planning to maybe use some colored metal wires for jewelry making to do something with those, and I've just decided against it. I feel like they're already shiny enough, they're already gorgeous, and I'm just going to frame them. I've already got a frame on the way, so again, hoping to show them to you as an FFO at the end of the year. Then before I tell you about my purchases and experience at the Jingle Ball, I wanted to show you a little bit of haul, or rather gift, from my parents for my birthday. That was last month. I've asked them and they gave me a gift card to 123 Stitch, just because it had all the things I wanted at once rather than ordering from, 5-6 different places in the UK and then paying shipping on all of them. So I've got my first ever embellishment pack for Princess Eliana from them, and that's the design if you haven't seen her before. And I figured it's cheaper and easier to get the pack than trying to kit it up myself because of the amount of different colors and number of packs that you need for her. Beautiful, lovely colors. This is one of my favorites. Lots of pinks and oranges as always. It's sort of one of my main color palettes for the Mirabilis I like to stitch. And then I also picked up a couple of new designs by Nora Corbett. I have been eyeing them for a while now, but I finally decided to get them. So this is, what are they actually called? This is Bella Rose and Bella Hydrangea. Lovely, beautiful ladies. They are very, very tiny, and I'm pretty sure you can stitch them up quite quickly. And if you haven't seen them before, you probably can see now on the close-up. I didn't until, I got them. I thought maybe they're all stitched on different fabrics, but it looks like they just have a completely covered background. And then the other one is Bella Butterfly and Bella Bee. Absolutely stunning. So many lovely colors and beads, and I think this one's my favorite. Just the green and the combination of colors with the orange here as well. Just absolutely stunning. No immediate plans to stitch any of these yet, but definitely sometime soon. And then I got one color of Water Lily silk that I needed for the Chatelaine mandala that I ordered, that I got from their website on Black Friday, and that is Blue Lagoon, which is this stunning bright blue, variegated into darker blue and beautiful muted purple. Just absolutely love this. So that was a little lovely package in the mail. I've also got a gift from another stitchy friend coming in the mail in the next few days, and I've also got a gift card to a stitchy store from my sister-in-law and her family, so I'll be making a bit more purchases later in the month. And yeah, I'm really excited, and as you can see, the Nora Mira mania has completely taken over, and my brain is just totally switched over to that mode. So I'll just leave these here for a nicer looking background, and I'll probably be inserting some pictures, and I'll have a look myself here what I've got. So I wanted to super quickly talk to you about my Jingle Ball experience. So I attended it last weekend. It's an online only retreat that's Christmas themed, and it's put on by the lovely Stephanie from Lindy Stitches, who has done it before, and she's had other events that she's put up online just like this one, but it was my first ever online event of hers. It was a whole weekend kind of event. I didn't take any time off work for it, and I ended up spending quite a lot of time there, to be honest. So I am based in the UK, if you're watching this for the first time. Just for context, I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to participate in much and do much there, being in the UK and with the time difference and everything. So we were like 5 or 6 hours apart, I think. And it ended up being really fun, really lovely. So I kind of challenged myself, being an introvert, to put myself out there a little bit and try and connect with people and see people on camera and put my mic on and talk to people a little bit. I really loved the video that Stephanie herself put out a couple weeks ahead of the ball to explain everything that's going to happen and show the preview of the platform. Again, as someone with anxiety, I find that it's really helpful when you know what you're expecting, especially for an event you're attending for the first time. So I really appreciated that. And I also really like the video Alison and Stephanie put out. They are the Cross Stitch the Globe channel here on YouTube as well. And they've sort of talked about their experience from last year a little bit, and were showing what they were prepping for this year's Jingle Ball, which again helped as well for me to feel a bit calmer and know what to expect. So I've stayed up a little bit on Friday night and managed to watch a bit of entertainment and do a little bit of shopping that I'll show you in a second. On Saturday, I think I've also joined. No, that was on Saturday. So yeah, on Saturday, I also got brave enough to join a stitchy table, and I was at the International Stitchers table for a couple hours, and it was really lovely. Most of the stitchers there were from the UK. Quite a few of them I know and follow on Instagram or watch on YouTube already, and I've met a few new ones who I'm now following and watching and enjoying at the time with. I've also met a few stitchers on the whip speed dating round, and that was a lot of fun as well. One of the funny things were, so I've tried one round of it on Saturday and one round of it on Sunday. On Saturday, I got Natalia from the official Mermaid Cove, which was a lovely, lovely surprise because we do watch each other and we do leave comments under each other's videos, and she's mentioned me quite a few times before. So that was lovely to, meet her, if not in person, then, this way, put the face to the name and just have a lovely chat. And then I think the other stitchers were all new to me, but lovely people. It was great to chat with everyone, same. And then I met a local stitcher at the stitcher table on Saturday, Mel, who is actually based in Nottingham, probably about 10-15 minutes away from where I live here. And she was paired with me on the whip speed dating on Sunday, which was a lot of fun as well. So we had a lovely chat, a lovely time, and I'm hoping to see her again in February at a local Nottingham stitcher retreat, which is going to be a day one. So overall, I loved the event because it gave you an opportunity to just be you as much as possible. If you're someone who doesn't like talking to other people much, who is nervous and anxious about being on screen, talking to people live like that, or joining the speed dating and stuff, you don't have to do any of that. You can have the best time of your life watching the entertainment by yourself, doing the shopping, just lurking around, chatting with people just via messaging if you want. And if you're somebody who is extroverted, I think again Stephanie and Alison mentioned the same. You can again be as much of yourself as you want to be. You can join a few different stitchy tables. You can try speed dating. There were quite a few rounds, even with the time difference, that worked for both people in the US in different time zones and over in other countries as well. So that was quite handy. I didn't attend any classes because they were middle of the night for me and I wasn't going to stay up till that late. I had other things going on in life anyways that weekend. So even with that and a bit of stress, dealing with some cat stuff here, I still found that it was a lovely weekend and I had a lot of fun. I stitched quite a lot as well. Like I said, made new stitchy friends and did a tiny bit of shopping. So I'll insert the pictures here. I think the only thing that I actually bought was the pattern from Hands On Design. I think it's a Jingle Ball exclusive. She'll probably release it at some point later to the general public. I'm not 100% sure. You can ask her. And it is the Deck the Halls series, I guess, because it includes 3 different designs. I saw her sneak peeks on her Instagram before Jingle Ball, and I was already 99% sure that I was going to buy this pattern. And then when I saw it there again and had a proper look, and I think she was showing the stitched up versions on her part of entertainment videos. I really loved them. I love the combination of these colors, and I think they will make great Christmas ornaments. The other 3 things I got were freebies, and you could download them from the particular designer's booth or from the general Jingle Ball booth. So I've got the sun-dried tomato orzo bake recipe from Hands On Design that also included the pattern of a bell called a Merry Jingle. So absolutely loved the look of it, and I just love Hands On Design patterns so much. I haven't stitched many. I think I've only done one so far, but I absolutely love them. The other freebie I got is the elf from Teresa Kogut. Again, she had a freebie in her booth, and I thought it looked really cute and it would make a perfect stand-up either on fabric or on perforated paper. And then the last thing I got was the Jingle Ball 2024 ornament with these lovely, absolutely adorable Santas, and I just love them. I don't think I'll use the same colors. I probably want to brighten up the caps and the stars on top of them. Maybe use some metallic and maybe not stitch 24 in the beards, but the rest of it is stunning and lovely and they're just adorable. So yeah, it was a lovely event. The only tiny complaint I'll have, and I've seen other people say this, and I don't know if Stephanie or any of her team will see this and listen, but the stitchy tables were done in a way where if you've joined one as a group, sort of, you will be seen there as the member of that stitchy table. And however, if you wanted to join the table, as in with your camera and with your microphone and talk to people, I think it's called the live feed or something, live forum, you were not able to see the amount of people already in there until you actually joined. The only exception was if there was already too many people. I think the limit is 250. It would just, it wouldn't let you in. It would ping you a message saying this table has the maximum amount, which is 250, so we can't let you in. But for the other tables, there were a few awkward instances, and I hope I didn't offend anyone, where I wanted to join a table and I was hoping there were a few people in there. I would join in, there was just one person there or no one at all. So I guess if there was a way for the platform before you join a table, a live forum, to let you know how many people are already at the table, so that you can decide then if you want to join or not, if it's too many people for you or if it's too few for you, that would be probably ideal. But yeah, I had a lovely time and I'm definitely going to participate in her event next year. I guess I'll see some of you guys there. So that was all for my first couple of weeks of December. I hope you found something interesting here. And as always, if you have any questions, feel free to ask below or message me on Instagram or email me at mariathegreenstitcher@gmail.com. I'll probably make a short video about the results of the giveaway that I'm hosting based on the November update video. So if you haven't seen that yet, go over to the November Stitchy update video and participate in the 2 giveaways there. I will post it after Christmas. I've decided I won't include it here because it's too early yet. I'll give you a chance to join if you haven't already, and I'll post it between Christmas and New Year's, probably around 27th, 28th of December. Thank you so much for your time today and for choosing to, spend your time with me and hopefully stitch with me for a bit. Hope you are enjoying your holiday time this year. And if you're having a hard time, you have someone to talk to and to reach out to, or at least, have your stitching to keep you company and get you through this difficult time for quite a lot of us. I will see you very, very soon with my finish parade at the end of the month. Hope you'll have a lovely rest of December and see you soon. Bye!